What is going on, peeps? All right, look, there's still great news coming out of Vietnam, and we're going to go through that here in just a second. But let me get out of the way all the unpleasantries. Okay, you guys, I am not an attorney. This is a disclaimer. People keep asking me, why do you have to keep saying that? To be quite honest with you, I've been told that we're supposed to say this so that we're not liable because we share our opinions, which seems kind of screwy to me because here's my thing. It's just our opinion. Okay. And then I do realize that a lot of people listen to what I say, and some of them do take it literally. I get that. But it's just for the sake of, I guess you would say, liability. We are forced to say this. Okay, so disclaimer: I'm not an attorney, a tax advisor, or a financial advisor. Please consult with real professionals. The following is my opinion and my opinion only, based on my own research. I will share the information I find with you and encourage you to read it or listen to it so you can form your own opinion. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome aboard. Second, you will see me leave links in the description to where I get all my information. I do share that with you because I do want you to go there and read for yourself. When you come to my video, it's just me sharing my opinion with you, and it's just my opinion based on what I come across. In case you didn't know this, I do have a YouTube channel. A YouTube channel, obviously. I do have a Facebook group with the same name as the YouTube channel, which is Pimpy's Investment Chat. It is unbelievably growing quick. It's over 4,000 people already. All right. So again, there's a link in the description. I will encourage you guys to come join us. It's free to go there. So come join us. Free 99. All right, you guys. So it's free to come join us. And in there, we talk about all kinds of information from the Vietnam Dong to the Iraqi dinar, Zim dollars, gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, different types of stock options. You just come here and post your question, and there are a ton of knowledgeable people in here who would be willing to share the information or answer your questions for you. Okay, you guys, so come join us. I would love to have you there, okay? Now, I'll bring this up just as one time. A lot of people keep saying, we heard you have another group. Do you have another group? Yes, I have another group that's way older than Pimpy's Investment Chat. But this particular group is called The Hidden Things in Front of Your Eyes. This has nothing to do with investments. This is more along the lines of political conspiracy things. I've had this group for a long, long time. The Hidden Things in Front of Your Eyes. We talk about everything you can think of in here, between chemtrails, reptiles, false flags, you name it, it's in here because I see people posting the same type of stuff inside my group here. Don't do that. Go over there to where it says the hidden things in front of your eyes. You will have a field day. Trust me when I tell you, there is a ton of info in there for those of you who consider yourself, well, we call ourselves truth seekers. Some people call us conspiracy people, tinfoil hat wearers. All right, you guys, so you're welcome to come join us in there. It's free 99 there as well. Okay, so let's get into Vietnam because, again, as usual, we're finding out as more reports come in that there are a lot of companies who are benefiting not only from what happened in the first quarter or even amongst, or I wouldn't say amongst, but even despite the coronavirus. The Rona companies are still doing good in Vietnam. And if they're doing good, even with the Rona, you can only imagine what's going to happen once the world is out of quarantine. Okay, so would processing firms survive amid COVID-19, eye-pop and pandemic opportunities? So wood processing factory in Tung Quang, wood processing firms have managed to stay afloat. Many wood processing firms have managed to operate despite corona pandemic, and many have even chalked out measures to take advantage of the opportunities on offers when the pandemic is over. So the CEO of Woodsland, one of the country's leading furniture exports, said his company has received notices from the US and the EU customers to delay or stop delivery as soon as their government announces measures such as border closures and social distancing. So that's worded wrong. What they're saying is their orders were stopped because of the Rona, But now that the Rona is done, let's see. But luckily, it got new orders from customers who have had buying from Malaysia. Okay, you guys heard me talk about this a lot of times. The countries you want to look into invest in, go to my stock watch group and look at my ETF companies, okay, or countries. Those are the ones that I'm thinking are going to do really good over the next 5, 10, 15 years. Okay, so Vietnam is better controlled. Vietnam has better controlled the pandemic than other countries in the region. So businesses have been functioning normally despite the social distancing. So again, every time I talk about Vietnam, I tell you guys how even despite the pandemic, they are kicking boo-boo and they are kicking tuckus everywhere. And they've had a booming first quarter of 2020. And this is despite the coronavirus. We've been talking about how the last 16, 20 years or so in Vietnam has really expanded economically. So if you're investing into the Vietnam dong, you can only expect the value to go up. But if you want to look at it long term, probably looking at mutual funds, and there's only one that I'm aware of. I talk about it in my stock watch videos. Please watch it if you're interested. Okay, guys? So look, another company, despite the pandemic, is kicking boo-boo. Okay, so Central City Ports gained 37% profit in Q1 as companies continue to report in their first quarter gains or losses. We can see that another company has done very good. So giant cranes upload containers. Okay, so we're talking about the picture. Nobody cares about that. Let's get into this. Although economical growth was impacted by the coronavirus in the first quarter of 2020, the Da Nang Port Joint Stock Company earned revenue of 224.4 billion. That's Vietnamese dong, but actually it's 9.75 million USD from sales and services, earning a gross profit of 3.04 million and 2.44 million after taxes profit, nearly 37% growth. Okay, we know that what's attributing to a big part of this is the fact that first, the United States had trade wars and tariff wars with China. A lot of companies pulled out of China and went over to Vietnam. We also know now that other countries are really, really, really pissed at China over the coronavirus. A lot of them are taking their companies out of China and placing them elsewhere, and Vietnam is the beneficiary from this change, okay? So it's not unusual to see that Vietnam has had one hell of a boom over the past year. I'm anticipating them to continue to do so. This is why I think the mutual fund that I speak about in Stockwatch is something if you want to look at 5, 10, 15 years down the road. In a report released on Thursday, the company said it achieved revenues of 31.7 million and a profit after taxes of 10.43 in 2020 so far. We're barely in May. Following the 37% growth in the first quarter, interest per shares of the Da Nang Port Company, which is the ticker CDN, for those you are looking in opportunities to invest in stocks. Okay, stock exchange valued at Vietnam dong of 567 and increased 153 more Vietnam dongs in the same period from this time last year. So the company is kicking butt. Look we've seen many companies that have thrived since in Vietnam have thrived despite the coronavirus. All right, you guys, and they have very low deaths and issues of people contracting the coronavirus. So again, this is one of the countries that I'm absolutely personally going to be investing into, and so I talk about it a lot. You'll see me talk about them, and you can see why they continue to kick tuckus regardless of the Rona. All right, you guys. So we'll keep an eye on them. Okay, let's get back over here. So look, here's another reason to look long term: a new high-tech park to be built in Dong Nam. I think I'm saying that right. Anyways, the Vietnam-Korea Technopark Investment and Development Joint Stock, and there's the ticker again, the VKTP. Now, for those of you who are looking for something long-term, this might be one of those stocks you look into, has proposed to Dong Nam Province the investment and construction of a technopark, a Vietnam South Korea high-tech park project. Okay, so I did videos when I showed you that the prime minister of, or the president of Vietnam said they are going to dump a lot of money investing into the expansion of the IT area of things in Vietnam. So you could look already. This is one of the projects. This project is scheduled to have registered investment capital of 150 million and be built on the area of 35 acres. In location near the Long Nang International Airport, as well as the river ports, seaports to facilitate transport for import and exports goods. So not only are they close to an airport, but they are close to ports for shipping via boat. The park is expected to attract and total investments of between $2 and $3 billion from high-tech companies after 6 years of operation. So now is the opportune time to get in at the ground level. So keep an eye on this, all right? So CAO Tang Dong, chairman of People's Committee of Dong Nam, said the project is suitable with the provincial policies on investment. One of the project's goal is to build a high-tech incubation, is that right? Incubation center that will support technology transfers from Vietnam businesses. Okay, so one of the things I talked about was real estate. The fact that a lot of these tech companies are moving out of smaller office spaces into larger ones. So real estate is doing good, but the problem is there's not enough of these larger buildings. So that's one of the things to look into as far as investments are concerned. We are seeing that they are looking to build more office spaces that are much more bigger and luxurious for big businesses, such as this one here. Okay, so in the late 90s, the Technopark model was born in South Korea to support small and medium-sized businesses, especially startup companies developing new technologies, according to the VKPD. So South Korea has already had the blueprint for these type of technoparks since the 1990s, and it is now helping Vietnam with their version of it in Vietnam. As usual, I will leave a link to all of these in the description so that you could come here and read for yourself. So again, Vietnam is just now, it's like a baby walking. Sure, you weren't there for the birth, but you could definitely see the baby is still walking with a lot of growth potential, you guys. Vietnam is the place to invest in. And the ETF that I talk about in Vietnam covers this, just for the record. So the ETF, which is a mutual fund, doesn't just cover one area, but definitely high tech is one of the areas that it does cover in. So yeah, this is something that you should consider when thinking about investing in the future, and that is investing into that mutual fund with Vietnam. Okay. All right, you guys. So look, that's what's going on in Vietnam. I keep telling you, it seems like every day I read these reports, I can just tell you this: once the IQD happens and the rate changes, a big chunk of my money isn't just gold and silver, but a big chunk of my money is definitely going into Vietnam in the future. If anything, it's for my kids, that's for sure, because they will benefit from this long time down the road. To where me, I'm kind of an old salty dog. Well, not that old. I'm only 52, but the point is, they'll be able to reap the rewards and enjoy it more than I will. Okay, so but this is something long term. All right, you guys, so that's what's going on. Just a quick reminder, if you'd like to contact, please hit the like button. Share the video because it helps the channel to grow. And if you haven't already, please subscribe because your subscription helps keep the channel free. All right, you guys? All right, let me know what you think. Leave a comment. Talk to you later. Bye.